Sensory memory is part of our short-term memory where we store sensory information. The two primary types are iconic memory that deals with visual stimuli and echoic memory that deals with auditory stimuli. One example would be having to look up at the board frequently during notes to remember what to type or jot down.
Encoding allows the perceived item of use or interest to be converted into a construct that can be stored within the brain and recalled later from the short-term or long-term memory. One way of encoding is chunking. By grouping several items into one larger whole, you'll be able to remember much more.
2018. 2018.
Jump. Ah, gosh darn. I need to study for my psych test. Shallow processing is simple repetition of presented material, and it's not an effective way to encode. That can't be right. Well, gosh golly gee, Batman, I don't know how to do this.
Yo, what up, guys? Great day in 710 here, back with another vlog, you know. I'm kind of cute. I was just wondering if I could get your number.
You look pretty cute, too. I mean, I guess I can give you my number. Okay. 703-938-7828.
Yes, 703-938-7828. Thank you, chunking.
Subjective organization is when two things are not associated, but people tend to form their own personal association. For example, to relate how to drive a bike while you're going to learn about driving a car.
A mnemonic is a device such as patterns of letters, ideas, or associations that assist in remembering something.
King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk.
That's a device used to remember the metric system.
This is the pegword technique. The pegword technique is a memory encoding aid used to recall ordered or number information using words linked with numbers. For example, 1 is bun, 2 is shoe, 3 is tree, 4 is door, 5 is hive, 6 is 6, 7 is heaven, 8 is gate, 9 is vine, and 10 is hen. Let's say I wanted you to memorize the ingredients for cake in order: milk, flour, butter, eggs, sugar. First ingredient, imagine dunking buns into a glass of milk and they get soggy. Second ingredient, imagine kicking a bag of flour with your shoe. Flour spills everywhere. Third ingredient, imagine sticks of butter dangling from the branches of a tree. Fourth ingredient, imagine throwing eggs at the door. Egg yolks splatter and eggshells fly. Fifth ingredient, imagine dumping a bag of sugar into a hive and all the bees get a sugar high. Now, do you remember the order of the ingredients?
Alright students, an anaphora is a rhetorical device that consists of repeating a sequence of words at the beginnings of neighboring clauses.
Storage is a memory-related term that refers to the ability to retain information in the brain or in memory.
Memory is a process of getting information into the brain or encoding, and then being able to retrieve information out of the brain when needed.
We have different types of storage: short-term memory and long-term memory.
Anaphora is the repetition of words at the beginning.
Declarative memory is things you know that you can tell others.
What school you go to?
Loudoun County.
Whoa.
Semantic memory is one of the two types of declarative or explicit memory. Semantic memory refers to the general world knowledge that we have accumulated through our lives.
Hey, do you know the capital of Virginia?
Yeah, it's Richmond.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Implicit memory is memory that is acquired and used unconsciously. I can walk without thinking because of implicit memory.
I'll bring you back up. What do you need tomorrow morning?
Aw man, I lost my binder. I need it for school tomorrow.
Hold on, did you forget what your binder is again?
Who's there?
This is your brain talking to you. Did you lose your binder again?
Yep, I lost it again.
Well, let me teach you a concept called retrieval to help you.
What's retrieval?
Well, let me tell you. Retrieval is the ability to access information from the past that was encoded into your storage space in your brain whenever you need it.
I remember now. It was in my backpack the whole time.
Recall is the ability to retrieve old information that has been learned earlier. An example of recall is taking a fill-in-the-blank test.
There are two methods of retrieval, recall and recognition. Recognition is the ability to identify previously learned items or simply matching a fact or concept with one already in memory. An example of recognition is a multiple choice test. You are given several answers to a question and you have to recognize which is the correct answer.
Priming, a technique whereby exposure to one stimulus influences a response to a subsequent stimulus without consciousness, guidance, or attention. What is it called when a road splits? A fork. Which silverware has 4 prongs? A fork. What utensil do you use for a salad? A fork. What do you eat with soup? A fork. Wrong. Spoon.
So I need to go to the printing center because I need to pick up my paper on context cues. Context cues are basically when you're in a certain environment, it triggers a certain memory. So say you were in your living room, you went to the kitchen to get popcorn, and then you couldn't remember why you were in the kitchen. You go back to the living room, and then you remember that you wanted popcorn. And so, what am I doing? Hold on. So then, basically, once you get back into the living room, you find out what you were looking for, and oh, that's right. The printing center.
Oh my gosh, there's someone in the house! I've got to call 911. 911. There's someone in my house! Help me! Oh my gosh, there's someone in the house! I've got to call 911. 911. There's someone in my house! Help me! I feel like I've experienced this before.
The misinformation effect is incorporating misleading information into one's memory of an event. This happens when a person's recall of episodic memories become less accurate because of post-event information. For example, a group of people were asked to watch a video of a minor car accident. The participants were then asked, how fast were the cars going when they hit each other? Those who were asked when the cars smashed into each other reported higher speeds and remembered broken glass that wasn't there.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Alright, cool.
What's 2 plus 2? 4. How do you know that?
I don't know.
Oh, hey. No. Oh my gosh. Hey, Gianna. Guess what I had for breakfast this morning? It was Alexi's fish. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, Gianna, did you hear what I said?
So your brain's lazy, right? And it hates doing work, which would explain why I waited till the actual last minute to do this assignment. But anyway, it can only focus on one thing at a time, and whatever you choose to focus on is what you'll remember, and you'll block everything else out. This is called selective attention, and you're probably doing it now by watching me play the fishy game instead of listening to me talk about selective attention. Ironic, right?